Hi besties. So I'm sure you guys can tell by today's title and thumbnail, we are doing a full face of makeup that I completely forgot about. This is very similar to like a Shop My Stash series. Only this time I'm actually not shopping my collection. I actually went and picked out some products that I used to be obsessed with, and for some reason I kind of forgot about them. So grab a snack, bestie, grab a drink, and we're gonna find out why I forgot about them and was it a mistake to forget about these products. Alrighty guys, so up first we have the Dr. Dennis Gross. This is going to be the Plump and Lip Repair Treatment. This is like a $60 lip plumper. And I remember I had to have this. I saw everybody on TikTok raving about this, so I bought it and I used it for a while. And then I kind of forgot about it. Literally, then I kind of forgot about it. And I don't really know why I did that, but yet somehow I did. So I'm just over here going, that was $60 that I just essentially wasted. This is why I love doing like a Shop My Stash series, because it allows me to go through my collection and use products I generally forgot about. But the difference between that video and this video is I tend to pick out makeup products in that video that I haven't used in a while. And in this video, I decided to pick out, like I said, makeup products that I used to be obsessed with. Like these are my holy grail products. And yet somehow I kind of let them fall off. So we're going to start off with primer. Now, if you guys know me or you guys been with me for a while, you guys should not be surprised to know that I wanted to pick out my old holy grail primer routine. So I'm going to start off with the Janessa Myricks. This is the Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum. This like literally looks like I didn't really make a dent, but let me tell you, a little bit of this goes a long way. You only need a couple drops of this, like literally 2 or 3 drops. That's really all you need, and you just put it right in your T-zone area where you have the most issues with oil production. And I'll go right here, and that's pretty much all I do. And I used to be obsessed with this makeup routine, or this like base routine, for a long time. Like I think it was like what, 2024, 2023, I was obsessed with using these products, and yet somehow I kind of forgot about them, and I don't know why I did, but I kind of want to get back into it. On top of that, we are going to go into the Glow Recipe. This is the Strawberry BHA Pore Smoothing Blur Drops. This used to be a holy grail. I used to buy like a restock of this every year. And now I don't think I actually have any restocks of this anymore, because I think I finally went through my last restock because I haven't used this product in so long now. This did absolutely nothing. I mean, nothing for my pores, but my God, did it really help to mattify the face and to really kind of lock it in. So that's why I really did love it. Bestie, you smell a little bit questionable. Smells a little bit questionable, I'm not gonna lie. It's not like a fishy smell, but it's like a really strong like chemical smell. But not like a fresh chemical smell, if that makes any sense. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. And then we're gonna go into the Milk Makeup. This would be the Pore Clips Mattifying like stick. I'm just gonna take this right here in my T-zone and just really kind of rub this in. I used to love using either this or the Milk Makeup Pore Clipsing Mattifying Primer. And I used to use that primer all the time, so like nothing new is there, but I don't really use the stick nearly as often. So we're just gonna kind of leave that there. Now, I gotta take this lip shit off. This is like burning the hell out of my lips. I had to have this because everybody said it was like wonderful. But I think I noticed one thing, and I think you guys have been so good at pointing this out. I feel like I have to be allergic to something in these lip plumpers, because every time I put them on, like it doesn't matter the severity. Oh my God, they burn the shit out of my lips and they hurt so bad, so bad. So I don't know why I had to have this, but I did. The shit hurts. Okay, for foundation. Long before I started my YouTube journey and before I discovered my favorite holy grail foundation, which is the Revlon Longwear Color Stay Foundation, I used to be obsessed with this foundation right here. Now, if you go back to like my really beginner days on YouTube, you guys would have seen me talk about the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. This was my ride or die. I wore this every single day for years on end when I first discovered it, because I used to be a server at Disney, and this got me through my shift. This literally got me through my shift. And now like I really wish I could have documented what I used back then, because now that I look back on it, I don't know what I did. Like I really wish I can look back I mean, I can look back at some of my makeup looks, like, or just my makeup back then. I'm just like, oh, Jesus. But, like, I don't know what I use. I know I use this. I don't know if I use concealer. I don't know if I definitely had to use setting powder. I definitely had to use setting powder for sure. Bronzer and blush. I think I used the BH Cosmetics bronzer and blush palette. And then I just put on a gloss and mascara, and that was it. I didn't even do my brows, besties. My brows were like obsolete, and I don't even think I used highlighter. That was a look. That was a look. So we're going to go into this. It's been so long since I've used this foundation. Now, I know that this foundation is more of like my summer shade foundation, so we're just going to make it work today. But like I said, this was my holy grail for so many years, and I used to get all my server friends on this particular foundation because it really was fantastic for its time. Like, it did a wonderful job at truly mattifying the face and making it so that my oil really kind of stayed at bay. Now, I really wish I could tell you what my setting powder was. I genuinely don't know. You're talking about, like, I don't know, 6 to 7 plus years ago, if not longer. And I don't know. What did I use? Oh my God, I don't know. I only discovered BH Cosmetics because of Raw Beauty Christie at the time. She really, really loved the brand. So I was like really kind of discovering myself and discovering my love for makeup. Like, I always wore makeup, but I think I just only did foundation. And I think I did mascara and a gloss. I always wore that, right? Now I'd have to go back in because there was oh my God, there was this Almay foundation that I remember, and they still have it at the store, and I kind of want to go get it. But it was an Almay foundation that would go on white, and then you'd blend it out, and it would blend to your natural like skin tone. Do you guys remember that? I literally saw this at Walmart the other day when I was doing like a shop with me at Walmart. I pointed out that foundation going, oh my God, they still have this. Now I remember I wore that to my humanities class in college, and my professor looked at me and said that my makeup was absolutely gorgeous. And it's because I had used that foundation to match my skin tone, and it like literally matched it perfectly. Like, it literally blended it down beautifully. And then I know I wore mascara, and then I know I wore like this L'Oreal Color Rich gloss that used to be my favorite. If I could find a picture of it, I will put it right here. This used to be my go-to gloss for years and years. But I genuinely don't know what the fuck I used for setting powder. Wow, that's wild that I don't remember. What do you guys remember? Okay, when you guys think about your makeup, the way that you guys used to do your makeup back in the day, think about like 2017, 2016. Like, I know we had like the makeup YouTube days, but if you weren't watching YouTube at the time, or if you weren't in part of the beauty, community at the time over here on YouTube, how were you guys doing your makeup? What makeup products were you guys using then? I truly wish I could remember. I obviously don't have anymore because I did declutter a lot because like I don't want to keep expired makeup. I mean, granted, I say that, but then I have a whole makeup collection, which I'm sure a lot of it is expired, but that's beside the point. I just genuinely wish I knew what I used back then. I really wish I would have saved something. I don't know. But all I know is that I just did not. All I know is that I used to just be obsessed with this foundation, and I think I just put it on. I think I set it. I think I did set it. I had to have, right? I can't envision myself not setting it. I don't know if I used a setting spray. I think I did use a setting spray. I think I used the Urban Decay All Nighter. Yeah, I think I used that setting spray, or the Morphe Morphe Continuous setting spray, or like the Max Fix setting sprays. I think like kind of like what I used because I thought I was just the shit getting that makeup. And now looking back, I'm like, that shit did not work for oily skin. But I really don't know what I used. But all I know is I used to just do this look right here, or this foundation right here, and I really loved it. It really did get me through my serving shifts. It was a beautiful foundation for its time. Now, is it my holy grail now? No, it's not my holy grail now. Like, even though it does work for oily skin, I don't know. It just doesn't grip me the same way that it once did. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't have the same appeal to me anymore. Like, it's still really beautiful, and it still does, dry down and mattify down. But there's just something about it that I don't connect to as much as I did with the Revlon, as much as I do with the Revlon. I feel like the Revlon is just truly perfect for me, and I feel like it definitely has a better longevity than this one does. Like, this works, but it just doesn't work nearly to me as well as my Revlon one does. But this was a holy grail of mine for so many years. to the point that my husband, I could send him to the store back before he even knew anything about makeup, back before he was ever involved in this makeup, world like I am. I used to send him to the store if I was working and he was off, and he would know to go buy this foundation with the exact shade. Like, he just knew, because this is the only thing I ever wore. It was the only thing that I ever wore. So, I mean, at least I made use of it. And to me, it's still a beautiful foundation. Just, I like the Revlon more. When it comes to bronzer, I remember when this bronzer came out, I had to have it. And I really enjoyed it. And then I just stopped using it for some reason. And it's the About Face, like, beachy skin, beach goth bronzer. I had to have this because it's like literally like melts on the face. And yet for some reason, I stopped using it. I don't know why. I don't know what possessed me to stop using it, but I just remember like when I would swipe this on, like, Lily, look how wet this is. It is just so wet. So weird to say it like that. But this was so beautiful. Like, I really loved applying this and I loved using this. And I remember, I think I ranked this pretty high, like in my like yearly makeup ranking, and yet I just, for some reason, stopped using it. I don't really know why I did. But it is still really beautiful. I love the way that it just melts into the skin and it's so easy to blend out. I feel like this is a beautiful bronzer for like the summer season, which reminds me, I really need to get back to being tan, because do you guys see how deep I look like I've been sleeping in the sun, how deep my skin is right now. I wore this shade to work every day for years on end. 103. Who did I think well, to be fair, maybe in my defense, I was also outside like crazy. I was always at the beach. I was always at the water park. So I was already super tan as it is. So maybe this isn't too much of a drastic difference because of the fact that I was consistently outside always. But right now, I look like definitely, I look really, really, really tan. Ooh, wow. Wow. Okay, well, I almost need to go outside more. Okay. All right, so for blush, I was obsessed with this when I got it, and then I forgot about it, and then I tried it again, fell in love with it again, and then I forgot about it again. And it's the ABH. This is going to be the Magic Touch Blush Trio. Y'all, this thing is absolutely beautiful, yet for some reason, every time I every time I put it back in my collection, I forget about it, and then I forget about it, and then I play with it. I'm like, oh, that's right. This is so pretty. How do I keep forgetting about this makeup product? Because it literally just like blends in. It's so effortless. And it's one of those blushes that's really, really, really easy to build up and to also diffuse if you put on too much, because I am notorious for being blush heavy. Like, you guys have definitely seen it in my videos over the years. I personally don't mind, but I know like it can be a lot for some people, but I like being blush heavy just because it's also easy to kind of correct with setting powders and concealers and stuff like that. But I just loved how this blush is. It just literally melts on so seamlessly. It looks so beautiful. And it's very long lasting for a cream blush. It's very, very long lasting. And I bought this in November. I don't know if it was of this year or last year. Maybe it was of this year. I don't know. All I know is I bought it. All I know is I bought it because I had to have it. And then I keep forgetting about it. Okay, so for concealer, I don't really have a concealer that like I forgot about. I did use this for a long period of time. This is the Neutrogena Creamy Radiant Concealer because I got this last year and I did the Shelby Ann Viral Makeup Routine. And she said this was very comparable to the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I've never tried the NARS one, so I really don't know how it compares. But I really was obsessed with this for a long time ever since getting it. And then ever since I got like the ABH Magic Touch, ever since I got like other products like the ABH Magic Touch or the Essence Silky Creamy Concealer, I got a restock of my Makeup by Mario concealer. I kind of forgot about this one. It's still really beautiful. It does a really great job at hydrating the under eyes without being too much. It's lightweight in my opinion. Not as full coverage, but it's very hydrating. And it gets the job done. It does settle a little bit into the fine lines, but it's really, really easy to work with if it does. And I just used to really enjoy this concealer, and yet for some reason, I kind of forgot about it. Now, to set the entire face, because I don't have a pink powder that I forgot about, but we're going to set the entire face. This was my holy grail setting powder for a long time, and then I ran out of it, and then I kind of forgot about it. I just started sticking to my Nikkia Joy Cosmetics and my one size setting powder. But if anyone knows me, know this was my absolute favorite setting powder for years on end, and it wasn't until I went to this beauty master store did I see this setting powder, and it's the Kimchi Chic Puff Puff Pass setting powder. If you guys know me, you guys know this was my absolute holy grail setting powder. I used to always have backups because my beautiful friend Mikey would always send me a re-up because he was just as obsessed with the setting powder as me. And so he'd always send me one. I'm like, why do you always send me one? He's like, because my bestie has to have it. And this was my absolute favorite for so long, and I had completely just forgotten about it. And so when I saw it at the store, I was like, oh my gosh, we have to get another one. So that's exactly what I did. I got the translucent one because that's the only shade that's good for me. I got the translucent one because this has been my favorite for a long, long time. And we're going to use this today. Now, this is a holy grail for oily skin. This does a beautiful job at setting my makeup and making it last all day long. And I absolutely love, 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 love this setting powder. Like, this is just so beautiful. Now, I used to take this and I used to mix it with so many other setting powders out there. Like, look at that. I have all the dirty ones. Like, look at this. And I have a clean one right here. I'm going to save the clean one and I'll use my dirty one. But I used to literally use this every single day. And I would brag about, and I would tell you guys about it nonstop. This was like always in my top 5 for oily skin. And then, like I said, I just kind of, I don't want to say forgot, but like I did forget because I was so focused on other setting powders that I just never bothered getting a re-up, especially because when I was buying it, just because I was getting this at the time, it wasn't really available on Amazon or Ulta or anything like that. It was available exclusively on the Kimchi Chic website, but now it's available pretty much at a lot of locations, so it's much more accessible for me, so it's so much easier for me to get a re-up of this when I run out, because I absolutely will run out, because again, this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful setting powder. Now, this is great if you have really oily skin. If you have very dry skin, I'm not saying that this can't work for you, because it absolutely can, but it might make you a little bit extra dry. So I would recommend using this a little bit more sparingly, just because it is meant to really set the face and really mattify the face. And so for those of us who have really oily skin, this is a holy grail. But if you have dry skin and you want to use this, I just recommend using like a hydrating setting spray afterwards to kind of bring your makeup back to life. Okay, so for powder bronzer, I was really obsessed with this powder bronzer last year, and then I reopened my Sephora collection one. I got the Givenchy. I got a lot of drugstore ones. I got my Morphe ones, and I kind of forgot about this bronzer. I think the last time I used it was in January when I did like a full face of white makeup, or full face of white packaging makeup, and it was the Makeup by Mario. This would be the Soft Sculpt Blurring Bronzer. I really enjoyed this powder bronzer. Best makeup of 2025, and yet I forgot about this. I just stopped using it. And I remember I really enjoyed this. I picked it up one day, I tried it out, and I was like, oh, this is really nice. And I started using it a lot on my way to work. And then I started using it more and more. And then I was like, damn, I really like this one. Didn't really ever talk about it to you guys until one day I was like, hey, I've been using this bronzer a lot. I really like it. And now I forgot about it. For blush, I actually just tried this out the other day, and I forgot how much I really like this blush. And it's the Say. This is going to be the Super Suede Radiant Blush Powder in the shade called Mia. I literally tried this out the other day when I went to work, and I was like, wow, this is a baked blush. I legit forgot about this. And this is actually what kind of inspired this video for today, because I tried this out. I used it the other day, and I was like, I forgot how beautiful this baked blush is. And I was like, I actually remember using it all the time last year when I got it. I was just obsessed with it. And yet somehow I just started trying other blushes, and I just completely forgot about this. And this was the inspiration for today's video. This does such a beautiful job at making your skin look really soft and blurred without being too much. Again, this is one of those blushes that has a little bit of radiance to it, so it has just a tiny bit of glow. So if someone like me who doesn't always want to put on like a highlighter, someone like me who may, gets really oily and maybe not want to put on a highlighter, I don't necessarily need to because the glow that this provides. It does go on a little heavy, but this is also one of those blushes that, again, you just take your leftover powder brush and you can kind of just go over it to kind of tone it down, and it tones down very beautifully. And it's just so diffused looking, and it's so blurring. And yes, somehow I forgot. Now, before we go in highlight, I'm going to go in with the one size. This would be the powder melt right here. I barely have anything left. I used to be obsessed with using this every day last year. And then I stopped during the summertime because I used to get really, really, really oily. So I kind of stopped using this, but I forgot how much I loved it because it truly just kind of melts your powders down and kind of gives your makeup look a nice refreshed look and kind of blends everything together. It's a beautiful setting spray. But for me, as someone that gets really oily, I don't like to use it during the summer season, but when I do use it, I do love it. And I remember it was sold out for a long time, and I think now it's finally back in stock. Now, before we move on to highlighter, we're going to go into the Morphe palette right here. I really do like these Morphe palettes because I'm just going to go into one shade. I'm just going to take this gray shade. I'm just going to kind of put this all over my lid because I'm going to go in with the ColourPop Birthday Super Shock Shadow. Now, the only reason I'm using this, it's a new product, but the only reason I'm using this is because I used to be obsessed with the ColourPop Super Shock Shadows way back in the day. Like, they were all I ever used. And they were literally all I ever used. And now I don't ever use them anymore because I decluttered so much of them that I forget that sometimes you just need the one and done powder. You can just swipe it on your lid for a really beautiful look. And I forgot how beautiful these actually are. So when I saw that I got this color, I was like, okay, wait, I definitely want to play with this because it's a really beautiful like lilac purple. You guys have to see it. And I just thought it'd be really pretty on top of this gray shadow. Now, the reason I use Morphe is because the Morphe formula I really have been enjoying. They have like the little 6-pan palettes, and I've been using them a lot when I've been going out, like especially just to do like a neutral look. I've been using them, and I think they're just so pretty, so effortless, and so easy to use. Now, I wanted something very soft and cool tone. Look at how beautiful this shade is right here. Ready? Like, let me show you how beautiful this shade is. Like, is that not stunning? So pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this right on my lid. My favorite shade that I used to be obsessed with from ColourPop was the shade called Ritz. I believe it was in collaboration. I don't want to say maybe it was in collaboration with Laura Lee, but I remember Laura Lee advertising it a lot back in the day. And I remember Ritz was a shade that gave back to 100% donations to it was like a paw organization in LA. And I don't know if they still sell that color, but Ritz was my favorite. I used it for so many years. And I don't even know if they still sell it. Maybe they still do. I don't know. But I used to be obsessed with ColourPop Super Shock Shadows. I used to collect every single one until I moved into this apartment. I finally went in through my collection and I looked and I realized that a lot of my Super Shock Shadows were completely dried out. They were no longer really usable. They were kind of hard. And they didn't have any more color payoff, and I realized at that point that they had definitely expired and it was time to let them go. So I think from that point on, I kind of just stopped being obsessed with the Super Shock Shadows. These are still really beautiful. You can literally wear nothing underneath this and just apply this to the lid directly. But if you want to bring out another color, you want to put something underneath it, you can definitely enhance the color. I wanted a more cool tone moment, and so I thought a gray shade would be really beautiful with this because I feel like the purple would kind of make it a little bit more cool tone and really pretty and kind of like pop, and it definitely is doing that. So pretty. Right, then I'm going to set my brows with the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. This was always my ride or die for so long, but I've really been enjoying like the ColourPop BFF and the Kulfi Brow Setter. And so I haven't been using this one as much, but it's still really beautiful brow setter. For highlight, since we're using ColourPop, I'm going to go into the ColourPop Flexterion. This was my favorite for so many years. Like, this was such a ride or die for me. This is still such a beautiful highlight, but yet for some reason I tend to overlook it when I'm trying to put on a highlight. I'm going for other ones and I forget how beautiful this one actually is. It goes on almost like wet-like and it looks so pretty. Like, so look at that. It like just gives you just a beautiful high shine glossy glow. I always forget that I have this. I truly always forget how beautiful this highlighter actually is. It's the shade Flexterion. It's been viral for so many years and for good reason. So for mascara, we're gonna go into the Haus Labs mascara right here along with the L'Oreal Panoramic Mascara. These two I was obsessed with all last year, if not even the year prior. And I kind of forgot about them because ever since I discovered like the L'Oreal Extensionist mascara and like the Tower 28, I kind of stopped using these ones, and so I kind of want to go back into it because I forgot how beautiful these actually really are. Start off with the L'Oreal Panoramic. Okay, still smells okay. You can definitely tell this is a little bit drier compared to before. It's still really nice mascara, and then I'm going to mix the Haus Lab one right on top. Ooh, this is also dry, I could tell. Okay, it doesn't smell yet, but it's definitely drying out. Wow. I could definitely tell this is drying. Oh boy, it's already leaving clumps in the lid. Like, do you see that? Look at that. I'm gonna let that dry down and I'll fix that little spot right there. But we're gonna go into lips. I'm gonna go into the Morphe. This was their signature lip liner in the shade called Makeup Talk. This was like my obsession when I first got it. I thought it was so good. And then I just kind of forgot about them. I may use them every once in a while, like in a shop my stash. But I kind of forgot about these lip liners. The shade Makeup Talk reminds me a lot of the Jaclyn Cosmetics Bourbon Lip Liner. And maybe it's not too far off. Okay, now to put on top of that, if you guys were on my channel last year, you guys will have known that I was truly obsessed with the Laneige Glaze Crate Tinted Lip Serum. Obsessed to the point that I had to own every single shade. And then, I mean, granted, they came out with 3 more shades this past year that I did not buy because I controlled my obsession, but this was my go-to for so long that I had to buy all the shades. This is going to be a shade called Cinnamon Sugar. I was so obsessed with these. Like, you guys remember how I was going crazy for them. I bought them all during the Sephora saving event in spring last year. They were $20, and they were so worth it, in my opinion, that all I did was talk about these damn lip glosses, and yet I started trying other ones, and I forgot about this. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? It caused me to go back into a craze again because that is absolutely stunning. Like, look at that. That is such a pretty combo. Oh, I kind of forgot about that. Oh my God. Okay, wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. Okay, so to finish off the face, we're going to go into the one size. This is going to be the Bounce Silk Airbrush Finishing Powder. I have the shade called Fair. I got this last year, and I remember actually when I got it in PR, this was the last PR I ever got from One Size, by the way. I got this the same day that I met Patrick Starr, who just happened to be at Magic Kingdom. I happened to be at Magic Kingdom because we were going to go see the new like Festival of Lights parade, and he just happened to be there, and I ran into him and I said, oh my God, I'm actually wearing this powder. And he's like, what? We took a picture. Super sweet, like really, really sweet. Took the time to actually talk to me, stuff like that. But that was actually the last PR I think I ever got from One Size, which actually, now that I thought about it, but honestly, this, I forgot how beautiful this is at really just kind of diffusing that makeup and making it last. It is absolutely beautiful. So to finish the face, we're gonna go into the Kimchi Chic Stage Proof Matte Setting Spray. I used to be obsessed with this back in the day, and yet somehow I forgot how good the setting spray is for really oily skin. So this, my most beautiful friends, is going to be the full face of makeup that I forgot about. Let me zoom you guys out and I'll give you guys my final thoughts. All right, besties, this is the final look right here. I think I look absolutely beautiful. Minus like the difference between my neck and my chest. I have to say, I absolutely love how this makeup turned out. Like, this makeup turned out so beautiful. I feel absolutely beautiful in this makeup, and it just truly makes me wonder how I forgot these makeup products to begin with. I used to be obsessed with these makeup products at one point or another, and yet somehow I kind of forgot about them. And this is why I love doing these style videos, because it allows me to kind of, again, go back through my collection, see what I was once obsessed with, try them again to see, do I still love them, or do I no longer like them? And I think it's safe to say I absolutely still love this makeup, and I'm mad at myself that I even forgot about it in the first place. So let me know in the comments below what makeup products you forgot about that you guys might want to go back and try and see if you still love them, and maybe I can go check those out as well. But with that said, besties, that is it for today's video. If you guys like this type of video, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a cheeky thumbs up. It truly does help out my channel. Any sort of likes, hypes, comments, shares, everything truly helps out. Just like subscribing, it is completely free to do. I didn't realize that like 50% of my viewers are not subscribed, and I did not know that. And I was like, oh my gosh, wait, 50% of my viewers are not subscribed. Just know it's completely free to do. You guys can unsubscribe anytime, but it definitely does help out my channel. And then to every single one of my Patreon members, thank you seriously so much for being here. I truly cannot thank you guys enough. Like, you guys are amazing, as well as each and every single one of you guys watching this video. Whether you guys like this video, you thumbs down this video, you subscribed, or you finally or you guys unsubscribed, either way, I'm just beyond grateful for each and every single one of you. So with that said, besties, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.